Get this fired up real quick here. We got to air it up so we can get the brake drums back on it. The wheels should be in today for it, so we're gonna get the new wheels put on it. And it's gonna go home for a while. But we're gonna put the new air compressor on it in a little bit. And it's gonna go home until the airbags come in stock. That air compressor here on the bus, and I'll come in through that rear access panel right there. So hopefully when they do the conversion on this bus, they remember not to cover that up, because it has an important use to get to some stuff for it. So Tyler's going to open that up now, and we should be able to get right to that air compressor. Oh, it's coming through now. Hello. Now you're looking right at it, huh?
What?
You're looking right at it now, huh?
Yeah, that's only going to take a few minutes to change.
Okay. Is it broken?
What?
Is that broken? I see a big break in it.
That is. I didn't even pay attention to that.
Okay, well, we got the compressor off that was passing oil, but it looks like it's been leaking oil too. Definitely that bottom plate is wet. Yeah, it's quite a bit. Okay, so I was going to put this together here, and that's the side that the air comes out of. It's covered up with tape, but that's the air, and the air on this one is on this side. It's put together backwards. The head of it is flipped around 180. So from here to here, that right there, and then from there to there. We need this on the other side. Ours comes out over here, not over here. Well, this was the first backwards thing of the day, with the air compressor put together backwards. They're going to send out a new one to replace it, put together the correct orientation that we need. The tires are supposed to be in today. Turns out, nope, we're looking at probably Tuesday or Wednesday before they arrive. So it's going to be here for a few days. Okay, so we got that machined out. The keyway, we had to shorten the key just a little bit in order to get it to not blow through the side of this. It would have been too much because it was a really tall key. But that's not an issue, so we've got that machined up nice. And then this is the hub for the fan here. So he took down that large ring that was on there and left us a smaller ring that will help pilot the hub. And then we have the new bolt hole pattern evenly spaced throughout there. So this should go together real nicely. Hopefully about an hour or so we'll have this together, but we'll see. But Jeff, thank you very much for that. He did a great job. And he didn't charge us anything to do that, correct? He wouldn't take any money, and
I tried.
He super nice guy. Well, right here is where we decided to test fit everything. We put it together, and we now realize that the fan actually spins backwards, that this gearbox turns the wrong way. So it reverses the direction of it. So at least we figured out before we put it together. I do have some, it's going to require a left-hand fan. His family, they're here on vacation. They're heading off with their kids, and I didn't know what to do. I have a left-hand fan on my bus that seems to have the same size hub. I could take my radiator off and pull my fan off, but we're going to take it for a test drive and see. We looked at the weather for the trip that they're on. It's never going to be above like in the 60s where he's going to be. And that gives us some time to find the correct fan, where I don't have to take it off my bus and so on. So let's take it for a test drive and see if it's going to overheat or not, and then kind of go from there. Like a truck, you could never put the fan on backwards because you have ram air forcing in the front, but not on a bus. Obviously, a hot day in the summer, it's not going to work, but we're going to keep an eye on it here and see what happens and test it out. Otherwise, we'll pull the fan off my bus and get them on their way for vacation. I don't want them to have to stick out around here all weekend, plus another couple days to get something shipped here. Let's hope they can enjoy this. Feel how much airflow is coming out of there, Tyler. Give it a brake check. That's good right there. Go ahead and give it a good little brake check right here. Was that mashing hard on the pedal or just?
I was not.
Yeah, let's do a where you really mash it. About this speed. No clunk. That hurt.
Sorry.
You're not your fault. I said to do it. I should have been a little bit more prepared. I didn't. I banged into this bar. That thing kind of hurt. That's how brakes should be, though.
Yes, never been an issue with the strength of the brakes. It's always just been that clunk.
You think you would have heard that clunk in that situation?
Probably not. It's usually a lot higher speed.
Just keep even pressure. Just keep an eye out for people behind you when we do some of those brake checks.
Yeah.
How's our temperature and everything? We shouldn't have any issues yet.
Yeah, temperature's barely on the gauge
Yeah.
at 100.
How's the steering feel?
Smooth.
Much less correcting.
Yes. No, much tighter, much more smooth. We also have an issue that's probably related to the kingpins, where if I on a windy road like this, I get like a soft click or soft thunk going from one side to the other.
Yep.
So this will be a good test to see if that's not happening anymore.
Is there nobody behind us?
There's not.
Do a little bit of a brake check, but not as severe. So normally you would have clunked that, you think, or
It might have clunked at that.
this made a noise as me on this bar if you heard a noise.
Usually would have been faster than that we hear the clunk.
But the play in the steering wheel is greatly
Totally
improved.
gone.
Yeah. This bus definitely has a lot of mechanical noise.
Yeah. It's never been a very quiet ride.
But it is quieter now with that.
Way quiet. I'm hearing different noises than I'm used to, and it's making me a hypochondriac about it. And I'm thinking, what's that noise? I just can't hear that miter box grinding away. We are clear behind. You're on the bridge before we get into Centerville. You want to do a brake check?
Get into the right lane, which is somebody can pass you. And then still heard a clunk.
Still heard a clunk.
It didn't pull though, did it?
It did not. Could that just be kingpin seating in?
No. suspension for the, it's kind of a radius rod / leaf spring on your bus up there. I want to look at the mount for that.
Okay.
It definitely was from your side.
Yes, and it would have been almost always on the right side first before.
Oh.
So that's different.
How's our temperature looking?
Just under 150.
This is a pretty good hill to climb.
Yeah. It may just be me, but it feels like there's more power coming up the hill. I feel like we would have struggled up this hill before. Straight across.
Left. Sorry.
Left again or straight across?
Yes. We're going straight around the courthouse, and then we'll go back to the property. And we'll make a right. That noise you keep hearing is me and this.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we resolved the loose play in the steering wheel. We've resolved the pulling hard to one side when you brake, but we do still have a clunk. And we've made the ride a lot quieter.
Lots quieter. Temperature about 160.
What does it normally hang out at?
175. Oil is still pretty low.
I'm gonna try another brake check here. If there's nobody behind you.
But it's definitely on this side, and there's no pulling associated with it.
Is there, no? Safer to drive now.
Yes, way safer.
Temperature as we climb our hill, and then see how quickly it comes back down after we get to the top.
We're about 175, coming up towards 180 right now.
Would you like to turn around and go back around again before we go up the hill? Just to get some more highway kind of miles on it, or no?
We certainly can.
So just go kind of around the corner a little bit, and then you'll back into this area here. Still hanging out that kind of area, or?
Yep, down like 170. Oil temperature isn't even registering yet.
Dumbfounded on why it's doing it. If it was a wheel bearing, it'd be doing it at all speeds.
Yeah.
I think it might be that suspension under there. Temperature good?
175.
I don't mind if you do it.
Or if you see what you see, then I don't want to put the wear on it.
Yeah, I don't. It's not going to accomplish anything for me.
Okay.
Other than I'm happy it's not pulling while it's doing it.
Yeah.
I think that was a separate issue from everything else.
Yeah, certainly the Kingpin, that is a different clunk than what it had been, so the Kingpin certainly got something to do with it.
So we'll keep an eye on the temperature because we're climbing a hill.
Yep. Still hanging at 175, not coming up at all.
How'd it finish?
If it came up off of 175 at all, it was just a hair. We're still under 180.
Okay. By the time you get around the square, it'll probably be back down then.
Oil is just starting to register, but it's still under 140.
Okay. Temperature coming back down.
Yeah, if it came up, it's back down.
Can you feel the clunk in the steering wheel or no?
Yep. I feel it, but it's not pulling the steering.
Yeah. Temperature?
175 or below.
Good. Yeah, I don't think that's going to cause you any issues then. I think this would be enough of a...
If it was going to overheat, you'd see it come up above 180 by now.
Yeah. And we wouldn't see it continue to come down every time. And it's a nice cool day, 100-degree day, it's something totally different.
Yeah.
Okay, so temperature-wise, 175.
Yeah, we're up just slightly, but it's under 180.
Okay.
175-ish. Pause the light or just give it to it?
Just wait. I mean, you can roll, but I just want to make sure the hill's clear before you... Yeah, you're good. Good. Left side here. And how does our temperature look?
Just under 180. 178. Oil is up just above 140. Oil is coming down. Water is coming down.
Yeah, that's exactly what it should do.
All the way in?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, try not to run over your drip can.
Straighten it out. Straighten it out. Straighten it. Keep me posted on your progress, okay?
We'll do it.
Well, I am happy to report that they made it all the way to Atlanta without even thinking about overheating. It ran perfect temperature, went up a little bit on a couple of grades, came right back down, nothing concerning. It was just like it normally would. I don't think we can get away with this in the summertime, but in this cooler winter weather, it's not a problem. This is a family of 5. They came here for about 3 days for some quick maintenance, but this bus needed a lot of work. They ended up being here for 6 days. I wanted them to get them on the road. The 3 kids really, they're young kids. They need to get on vacation instead of being stuck in our shop. So we got them on the road. They can go. This thing came in, had so many problems. The kingpins were terrible. it had leaks in the air brake system, the suspension. It wouldn't even hold air for but a few minutes after you shut it off. We have it now holding air for days. The suspension stays up for days in the front. The rear stays up a lot longer. We put new leveling valves on it. We got rid of that hub in the back, that miter box, the 90-degree angle for the fan drive that was just, it was ready to come apart. It was so loud and noisy and growly. Brandon at Cardinal Coach sold us that new hub for $75. So we have two options for them to either get a left-handed fan to put on it, or to get a new gear set for inside of there. I don't think that gear can just be flipped around inside there to make it go the other way, but we didn't want to delay their trip. We wanted to get them on vacation. After we took it for a test drive, I was very confident that it was going to work. If it was going to be hot, well, then I would have pulled my radiator on my bus and pulled my fan and put my fan on there for them just to get them on the road. But we didn't need to do that. Everything's perfect. They had no issues. They need to put some new belts on the fan hub. The belts were worn. It was at maximum tightness. We couldn't go any tighter on it, so we need to get new belts for that too. So the bus is much safer. That noise underneath is a bushing on, like, I'm going to call it a radius rod. I'm not sure. It holds the front axle on there. There's just some play in the rubber bushing, and that's what that clunk was. So we got to get new bushings for that. But it's not a safety issue for them. The brakes work great. It doesn't have the incredible amount of steering play that it had, the wobble in the wheel. He used to brake hard and it would pull one way severely or the other way. It doesn't do that anymore. It's nice and straight. Brakes good. Everything is really good. We put a lot of work in the last week to get this thing safer and back on the road for them, and I'm real happy with it. And I'm happy, like I said, to report that they made it all the way to Atlanta without even thinking about overheating. Honestly, I had no idea that you could do that with a fan hub. I'm sure we can't get away with it in the summer, like I said, but right now it worked out good. So I'm happy for them.
See that white smoke rising up the holler through the trees, and from a mile away you can hear them play as they climb that hill with ease. But at the top of that mountain there's a new life waiting for those who can make the run. If they can make it to the top, Scott will put them in the shop till their new life has begun. Mountain, where the buses come to run. Bus Grease Mountain, we're gonna get that big job done.